And now we have another exciting matchup with Julian Wilson hitting the lineup against Keanu Asing and Caio Ibelli, one of the replacements in this event. Caio coming into this one as the highest rated surfer on the QS, not on the CT. And here goes the young Brazilian now with plenty of speed. He's got a strong air game. But that one was a tricky air to stick. He gave it a good effort though. The last event, Stop 9, the Quicksilver Pro France, saw all the surfers in the top 5, bar Felipe Toledo at that point, getting into the final series at the last stop. And from what we've seen so far this morning, they're going to be hard to stop once again here in Portugal.
That was a good test for Gabriel Medina. I loved the way Miguel Pupo surfed on that left-hander. To me, that was maybe the best surfing we saw in that heat, but he fell on the third turn. That may have made the difference.
Well, here we go. Julian Wilson now. His first effort in this heat. Elects to kick out. It is tricky, very dumpy out there at the moment. And that's good. Not that Caio can't perform over there in Hawaii, but to be heading over there, feeling free, feeling relaxed, series titles that we have. And they all turn up and make it very difficult for the QS contenders as we see Julian Wilson taking a small left, just wanting to keep busy out there at the moment. Ross. Well, here we go. Keanu Asing looking to keep busy here, building some speed, looking for a strong finish. Takes to the air, but can't ride out of the move. Just over 21.5 minutes to go. Caio Ibelli a little further down the line also picked this wave off. And he chucks the fins on a small oncoming section. 21.5 minutes to go, and really this heat is yet to take off. With Julian Wilson having a look at one here. Comes into this event in 4th position. Had a semi-final finish at France. Has won this event before, and he has some room to move. He heads down the line, kicks the fins, but just didn't get the lift off that he wanted.
That's the second wave in a row where, backwash hit the lip right when he was trying to boost into the air. So, Julian kind of knew that, and both times he pressed the eject button, which I think is smart.
Keanu Asing with priority, just over 20.5 minutes to go, as we see the replay of the Hawaiian's last ride.
Keanu getting in the mix with the air, and then you could see corked out. Nice tail high reverse there for Caio Ibelli. And then just a little more energy left on the inside for him to click one more maneuver. Let's see what Keanu did behind him. Just got a little hung up in the chop. And it's too bad, this wind came up a little bit, Ronnie, so that's one less maneuver we're going to see, which is tube rides. This wave is nice and punchy and shallow, produces great barrels. But right now with this chop in the water, it's all about the air.
Keanu does have that priority at this stage of the game, and he's looking left. Climbs up onto the roof for a float to get started. Drives around the section. Gets a tricky finish completed. Caio Ibelli without priority. He keeps busy. He just has a look at this one. Julian, he wants to really hang on to this priority and get a decent score on the board now.
And he showed that he could get a job done even on a wave that's that fast.
Well, here's Julian. He used priority for this wave. He'll want to convert. Beautiful rotation. Can he hang on to it? Looked like he might have lost his back foot there for a moment. But you can just see how comfortable this guy is once he launches into the air.
And he got a lot of pop into that rotation, just ran out of juice to make it out of it.
Keanu Asing finds a corner close to shore, but the wave offers a few sections. And the 22-year-old bashes the oncoming section to finish that wave off. 18.5 minutes to go. Lets that one roll by, it closes out. Let's have another look at it.
Watch the tail pop right there. I mean, that's a little more zip than a lot of the guys on tour. That's what sets Julian on the top of the field in terms of airs. He is just so talented. I love this second maneuver right there. That easily could have been a wave for Keanu where he said, you know what, I'm over it. This wave is too stubborn, but he grinded it.
Here goes Caio Ibelli. He's done well to pick off a couple of corners out here at the moment. Tricky conditions with that wind picking up. And he'll possibly have his second best wave with that ride as Julian looks to take to the air once again, but the wave doesn't cooperate. You can really see these surfers when they eye a section that they want to launch on the strength of a 6 and a 3.23, which is just locked in. And now Keanu Asing and Julian Wilson trying to play catch up. Keanu lands a slightly out of control backhand floater there.
And there you go. That was so sketchy. You saw the audience right there appreciating Keanu's little floater there.
As Caio Ibelli picks off another one. Just keep him busy. Hasn't shut his rivals out of this heat. But he is finding a little bit more room to squeak in a couple more turns as Julian Wilson now rides the roof of this one. Clean backhand float. He'll stop it and jump off. Just over 16 minutes to go.
Caio Ibelli reminds me of the whole conversation, the Brazilian Storm. And I think he's good enough to actually join the tour and stay there. I don't think he'll be a one-hit wonder. He's just too strong in the small stuff. Pretty good tube rider. As we see, look at that. Might have been an opportunity to do a accidental kickflip right there, but for Keanu, that backwash made his board get disconnected from his feet. So great reflexes for Keanu to hang on to that floater and make it count for a score. But watch, I just love his technique. I know this is not a keeper wave for Caio, but I really am enjoying what I'm seeing from Caio Ibelli. I like his technique. He really uses his body efficiently. He doesn't seem to, fight against his maneuvers. He lets it rip when he needs to.
He's out in front at this stage as Keanu Asing finds a nice looking left. Beautiful first turn, but it reels off without him. 15 minutes to go. Caio Ibelli still in the mix, but pushed into second spot now as Julian has another look. Well, 11.5 minutes to go as Caio Ibelli looks to reclaim the lead here. He's after a 3.78. Keanu Asing out in front at this stage. And he's just finished a ride that he likes the feel of. The title contenders, and we'll continue to focus on that throughout this contest. But requalification, another big story here, Ross.
Wow. Beautiful opening snap. That was similar to that one wave that closed out for him, after he had one nice maneuver. So that he had two maneuvers. That's going to be, I feel, the best score so far in this heat.
There's no restrictions, yeah. I think we can go to pretty much dark, yeah.
All right, there you have it. So we're going on hold till 2.
Thanks for the update, Pete. So Travis Loki, they're making the tough call, but the tide, it is getting tough out there. I mean, you look at what we've seen so far in this heat, 8 waves, almost 9 waves for Julian Wilson and Keanu Asing. This wave ridden during that interview, Caio Ibelli picking one off, but really not too many big scores locked in.
As we see Caio, there's that pop. Wow. He got some serious altitude on that air. I always love it too when the surfers get a little bit corked out and get that tail nice and high. And here we go, live action.
So this is live action. Caio Ibelli now really fighting hard to get himself in a position to move straight through to round 3. Well, some significant numbers dropping at the moment. Keanu Asing on a previous ride had a 6.2. He's out in front. Caio Ibelli, well, he has just dropped a 6.07, falling just short of the 6.23 needed to get into first place. And Julian Wilson, well, he's been a little quiet in this one so far, but has come close to landing some pretty decent aerials. He needs a 6.63 to jump up into the lead.
Power-based type of move. Nice backhand smashes, whereas the boys, Julian and Caio Ibelli, they're looking for ramps.
And here goes Caio now. He's going to climb on top of this wave. A nice backhand float, but that's the only move he's going to get out of that ride. Well, welcome back. There is 4 minutes remaining in Heat 3 of Round 1. The lead currently being held by Keanu Asing. Not too far behind him is Caio Ibelli chasing a 6.23. Julian Wilson, he's still in it too. He needs a 6.63 to get himself into the lead as Caio takes off once again, has some speed, launches into the air, looks for the double grab but misses his board. As Julian finds a bit of a corner to work with. Let's see if this wave offers some points for the Australian. He takes to the air, backside air reverse, loses contact with his equipment and doesn't ride out. Up there in France, under pressure, looking to keep his title hopes alive, but so far today in the first round in tricky conditions just hasn't been able to put it together.
Well, that's the difference. Keanu's been looking for those little corners on the left-handers, just trying to get the work done with the board in the water, and he's had some really solid snaps. That's probably the best air we've seen so far today, but not able to really ride out of it there from Julian. There's that nice, sweet snap there from Keanu, backed up with the float. How's that crazy reflexes right there? That board almost turned over under his feet, but Keanu held on. So he's got a pair of 6s right now. But again, it's very explosive out here right now. Caio, as well as Julian, they're looking for, the kill. They're looking for that knockout punch, but they're running out of time.
Well, here we go, live action. Caio Ibelli with speed makes his way down the line. Doesn't get the big finish he wanted. if he finds a section. And here goes Julian now. So Keanu not able to stall Julian on this ride, but it was the wave that held him back in the end. And it doesn't look like Julian Wilson and Caio Ibelli are going to get another shot at it here. And a blue-collar victory for Keanu Asing. Just sticking to his strengths, Ross. Letting go of some nice solid turns to get the lead.
Well, he's going to feel emotional after that win right there. Keanu knows that was a huge heat right there. That could be the difference of making that cutoff line at top 22.